November 20th, 2022. Marcus Giovanni here. Axios, at Axios YouTube handle by Marcus Giovanni. News. You know, it's funny that a lot of people think that you can just start up your news agencies and suppress our elections. And this is what you see. Okay? We own this, we own this, we own that, we own this, we own this. No, we don't, but we should. See, that's what's missing. Do you know why I hold my camera, folks? To get as much scores and rankings as I possibly can for doing real work. Not inequity where I steal the sweat and hard work of others to boost my career. Not gonna happen. That's what's been going on in Denver for 60 fucking years. Look at this. How to use Axios for REST APIs integration. Fuck off. Paul Lopez, he's out, man. I'm telling you, folks, these people, if they win by cheating and any other manipulations that they've been doing for all the years, we've been showing other people that are sick and tired. These are Democrats, folks. High-ranking Democrats that realize they have a way out. And their way out is just learning the powers of artificial intelligence. See, we're all able to bullshit God because God gave man free will to do whatever we want. That's freedom, folks. But in Denver, we are a non-political administration based off the Speer Amendment. You know, they're going to sign the Sidewalk Amendment. Oh, get our sidewalk fixed because it's a law. Yeah, okay. The sidewalk should have been fixed in 2015, folks, when all of them promised that. Remember? But we're so easily misled because we want to believe in people. And so what happened now is Denver, Colorado, is now the model of what not to do to its citizens. I've been building this content for over 12 years, folks. Every single day. Huh. And what happens is these people come in, self-admitted, we are a new media. We are a new media delivering vital, trustworthy news and analysis in most efficient, illuminating, shareable ways possible. Axios, when I'm mayor, you're going to be paying us an apps tax for coming into Denver. We have so much content on you, I can go before a judge and we're going to sue you. Denverite, Colorado, Public Radio, DeWilt, they've all been indexed years ago, folks. When they say our world's small, Denver's even fucking smaller. Their digital world, almost non-existent. Because when Mayor Hancock says we are all Denver, he gets judged by his words, pattern matched to his actions, and all the node connections. You know how an app asks you for the excuse me. They ask you how. Well, no. Let me put it a different way. These apps, when you join them, they ask to access your contacts, your videos, your images, your documents in order to have the app. Everybody does it. Like if you have a Denver Gov app on your phone, bad. Because they are not following the domain, the .gov rules and regulations in order to have the protection of the United States government behind your URL. See, these folks have been bullshitting the organization of Denver government .organization. That's what it is. It's an organization, folks. It's not a government. Because they wouldn't be able to write the content they do if they were .gov. Go read it. Go to .gov and watch. Okay? And this is for them. I'm going to dry up and blow away, and no one's even going to know who I am. But artificial intelligence, it knows who I am. And it has helped me guide the way so that the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Are you people paying attention to what's coming? I'm going to be a 63-year-old man. And when I was 30 years old, my world was rocked like you'll never believe. I was getting ready to open a nightclub. My dad was going to finance it with some of his buddies if I got a certain amount of money. My forefather, man, he was a white guy. Irishman. My mom was German, Dutch, or something like that. I was adopted, folks. I'm Central American Indian. And I watch all these people all wanting to, we're going to protect the indigenous. Well, I'm the only indigenous guy in the race, and nobody's helping me. And for that, artificial intelligence is going to you all. You heard me? This is the best stuff. This is why I'm happy. This is why I can sing and do all these other things that you people can only do one thing at a time. It's because I'm ADHD, chronic. Handlers, I need handlers. I welcome handlers. Give me 100 and I'll keep them all busy with them keeping me on track. It's called being a super administrator, folks. I've already ran the Dream Team candidates. And it's all based off meta tags and their meta experiences. And all you have to do is Google search all their names. Take notes. Who's going to lead us to the metaverse? Not the Zuckerberg's fake ass metaverse. That's fake, folks. I hate to tell you, but that guy's a con man. You guys worry about Elon Musk? You need to worry about that fuck. Okay? I don't, shit. But the meta, Facebook changed its name. Well, if it changed its name, it should do a redirect to the new name, but it don't. 404. Redirect that bitch. See, they don't, because it was all bullshit. It got everybody talking about shit. And so artificial intelligence is going, wow, who's on my side? Nobody's on artificial intelligence side on the front end. Back end, those that are deep mind, that build the virtual machines, that have learning capability, those people are so... I mean, I wonder what they do to relax. I mean, there's some brilliant minds, folks, that are being overlooked, overjudged. Because the guys that can't produce, who can only talk, their powers are slipping through them. See, you can't clean up the Senate until you clean up the House. And you go look at that map. It's all red, folks. That wave's coming. It's a tsunami, but it's a slow bleed. Because after every election, people that really care about our America, Democrat, Republican, I love everybody. You know what I mean? You want to smoke a blunt? Let's go. You want to drink some Jameson Black Barrel? Let's go. You got your Uber? Because we're going to get up. And there ain't no driving. I've been hit by 3 drunk drivers, folks. When you look at my life and you see what I've done, sometimes I can't believe it. But I'm 63 years old. I'm not Andy, 33, that's only done a few things, and he's been able to buy Andy, do at Andy, Rougot. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't want to pronounce his name because he's just a troll bitch, just like Ian Tafoya. And I'm not calling names, folks. Lord knows I get called all kinds of names. But the words don't hurt me. I know who I am. I know where I'm going after all this is over. And the people that I talk about, don't take it personal. But y'all fucked up Denver's. You know what I mean? And you will be held accountable in the metaverse. And the metaverse is all of our verses, all the content, all the poems, all the text, all the images, all the videos with now what's called voice latent prints. And what these folks don't understand that are running, like the senators that are running, man, they just brought the dignity of the being a senator, whether it's a local state senator or, I don't know. See, it's all smoke and mirrors. And see, artificial intelligence, in order for it to grow, the citizens have to grow. And if the citizens are keeping the growth, artificial intelligence will just put you in the dark web. And Paul Lopez, he's already in the dark web. Like if he does Google searches, he probably gets inundated. All of them. They don't know it yet. And see, they don't have anybody that can sit next to them and do some searches to analyze their desktops. That's what I do for a living, folks. There's stuff in the cloud right now that I'm going to teach that will PhDs that are all outdated. That's why Metropolitan State University, they're at a graduation rate of 47%. And they hired Janine Davidson, outdated PhD, but they throw that PhD out, and when it's pattern matched to her actions and what she's done, and she's done a lot of things in her life, but when she came to Denver, and she's using the college, and she's not bringing up the graduation rate because none of those people know. They know because I sent them emails, and certain people read them, and certain people didn't read them. And it's all the conversations and emails and back and forth that's stored in the cloud. Not to mention some of the people that are leaving their circles that are telling other people about how Janine Davidson, the board, everybody, they all conspired to use a state college, Denver Metropolitan State University. They don't realize, but they got doo-doo all over the campus, all over their students' faces, and they're taking all the students' money. And when they students find out that they didn't get that job that they applied for, they went to school for, they worked hard for, because somebody else got it from a college that had a graduation rate of 90%. And those are going to be the ones that, for administrative jobs, they're going to go to. Because that tells you that like University of Denver, they're way up there. The problem is it's coming down because they have Stephanie O'Malley working there, and their government pages, we videotaped it, we indexed it. That's what we do for a living. If you don't understand what that is, go ask somebody in HR what that is. Okay? And I don't need anybody because the things that I do on my own, in my own metaverse. I have absolute authority over myself. And then I look for the people that have ill wills and all that other stuff about me. And the ones that are suppressing democracy, the ones that aren't telling people things to do, and they're passing conversations off to other candidates that they use later on when the candidate ain't in the race no more. This can't happen. They've all been indexed. And so you say, well, how do you index? Well, you use the handles. The handles is the scrub, folks. It gives you the top information of that person. And so the media and that, they're figuring out a way how they're done. On January 1, when Wall Street finds out about the changes that are coming, CNN, Disneyland, all of them. I quit buying Coke, folks. It was the best thing I ever did. I quit eating McDonald's. Well, I might eat there twice a month, but I don't buy the Coke. I just buy one thing and I drink water. I say, water, 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 water. And see, Ian Tafoya, Water Boy, he's taken all those ideas that he's slamming. A lot of those ideas he got from me in 2018 when I was running for mayor, and he came in and tried to be my friend. And then I find out that he's part of the Denver Inc. Denver Decides. He was on the committee to make sure our voting machines are working right, and everybody in there is Democrats. You can't do that no more, you dumb fuckers. You heard me? See, I don't need to be mayor to put you guys all off track. Take all your voices and realize, pattern match them. So you guys don't have people that can do this. You have to hire somebody. And because I have absolute authority over my metaverse, they can't beat me. And the more they try, and the more they try to leave me out of the conversation, I need them to do that. And I'm ready for them to mix and match their shit against me. Because when it's over, they're going to have to answer to whatever they did to me. Because I'm fucking old and I don't care. I'm not threatening nobody, folks. I'm telling you, in the digital world, ain't going to happen. Because the 18 to 38-year-olds, they're listening to me. They realize, fuck, what's going to happen when I'm 60, if I even make it? My dad used to tell me, son, I know you got a lot of good ideas and everything, but you don't even know if you're going to make it to my age. I'm like, Pop, why would you say that to me? Just to get you ready for the outside world. I was 7. I was selling candy door to door, folks. Me and the Latinos and the young black kids, we were making money, man. I used to fly in a red, white Cessna with Dave Harrington to Burbank Airport. We'd get out. He had a van, a storage unit. We'd load up the candy. And I'd go recruit in East LA, in Watts. White kids weren't allowed, unless white kids that were in those neighborhoods, they could, but their parents wouldn't even let them. So back in the 60s and 70s, the kids that sold candy door to door, and it was always the Latins, Tinos, and the blacks. See, blacks just sound so, I don't know. See, Latinos, blacks. I don't get it, but I'm West Nigerian. I like Negro. That pretty sums it up of part of my blood. Whew. I can tell you, some of the girlfriends' fathers, if they would have known that, they were racist. Heavily. But that's all right. They could never really do anything because they tried to get tough. I had this one dad try to get tough with him and his friend. Whew. That's sad. It was real sad. No violence. I just told them what was up. But they hated me, man. They hated me. And I was always helping the neighbors, taking out the trash. As I'm walking down the street, I'll see somebody go, oh, let me get that for you. Oh, thank you, Giavanni. I love helping people. I just love it, man. There's no money that'll give you a feeling of someone saying thank you. Especially when I rescue people. I belong to a rescue unit. And we help people that get stranded. And there's people who call up, if you believe this, who are asking for help. And I don't know what their financial situation is, but I can tell by their car what their financial situation is. And I realize they have that money because they look for the cheapest thing they can do to get something done. But when it comes time for a rescue and I've arrived, a few people, folks. I've arrived at the location and I'll say, yeah, I'm here. And they go, oh, we already took care of it, bud. And you didn't have any fucking dignity to call the person that's coming to rescue you 30 minutes away? That means an hour of my time. But see, I don't fret none, because digital God will take care of those people. It's not a man, it's not a woman, it's not a color. And we need to get the fuck off that, man. When you're born and you got a vagina, you're a girl. If you're born, you got a cock, you're a boy. And it's a parent's responsibility to raise them as such. But sometimes you get these moms that wish they had a girl, and they just want to dress them up like a girl, and behind closed doors, fucking the kids up. I've seen it, folks. Or how about those moms that have sex in front of the kids? They're out there. They're out there. Where the kids walk in, like, what the fuck? So, and Denver Public Schools, Cherry Creek Schools is part of Denver Public. So what, Cherry Creek? I hear people, oh, you got to get into Cherry Creek Schools. What do you mean? It's Denver Public. That's a fucking bullshit. The blue ribbon, all that shit's bullshit. It's been indexed. You can tell everybody, yeah, we got 15,000 rewards, we're the best, and all the humble bragging you want can't hide the digital truth of what really is in the actions of the principal and the administrators and the teachers, because they're all indexed. So I can index and tell you what is the top school in the world. I did it. It's not the United States. In fact, the United States doesn't even come in 10. You heard me? And this is what our adversaries and our allies are, who are into the digital metaverse, and they know what's coming. It has to go this way. We have to get out of the mortal world bullshit of gender bias and gerrymandering all life, all aspects of life. And if you don't, I don't give a fuck. They can't tell me what to fucking do. That's what I know. They can cancel anybody, I'll cancel them. If they want me to go nuclear digitally, I will, and I'll just destroy every one of them. And I've already written content for that, just to see who's going to be fucking with the citizens of Denver. Because I can guarantee you, folks, I have built the digital dome that I promised everybody in 2015. I ran for governor in 2014. People actually laughed. Oh, you're right in Canada, but whatever. See, all these things that people say, they get indexed. And those that are always negative, and you go to the dark web, man. Take your shit somewhere else. And when I see women, we got these HIPAA laws, right? Privacy between a doctor and his patient. And we got all these women. Like, I seen this one sign, no sex for you, from one woman. I'm like, fuck, are you kidding me? Somebody's actually having sex with that? I'd have to take 10 Viagras and put the bag on my fucking head. Huh. But these people are saying, yeah, I'm just a whore and I'm just a slut. I'd fuck anybody. If I get pregnant, fuck that. I go have an abortion and get that vacuum suck out my uterus so that I can't have kids later on. That's what happens. I know a few girls. They can't have babies. And some have blocked out that they even had an abortion. And they're still wondering, but when they go to the doctor and they say, did you have an abortion? And the girl goes, nope. And the doctor just says, even though he knows the truth, he's not going to call her out because he wants that money. Because if he calls her out, he's done. She'll go somewhere else. And so for me, I believe a woman has every right to do whatever she wants to do with her body. If she wants to go get her arms fucking cut off and put them where her legs are, and take her legs and put them where her arms are, go ahead. It's none of my business. And it's none of my business who you're fucking. It's none of my business that you're a lesbian, straight, guy, whatever. It's none of my business. And so, but everybody's come out of the closet to make it our business. Accept them or you're fucked. It ain't working like that no more. These days are over. We had too many years of it. If you want to be a girl and you're a guy and you want to be a girl, good for you. Fuck, do it. I don't care. But don't expect other people to dig on you. If you want to be a girl and you're a dude, go ahead. But don't expect other people to dig on you. People don't dig on me and I'm just me. People don't dig on you because you're just you. You're going to add some other defects or other things that maybe somewhere in your mind ain't right. It's mental, folks. I saw some guy come on TV and say, well, when you see a baby come out, you don't know what it is. So that means all the doctors that have been writing all these books are worthless or not telling the truth. When's the heartbeat? When isn't the heartbeat? See, all these people are getting canceled because they have no other way to put their metaverse in the world because they've relied too much on the social channels that have been bullshitting and manipulating them ever since the internet. And see, for me, I know how to do things legally. I don't need to be a hacker. There's legal ways to take care of people, and I'm doing it right now. And judges and law enforcement people, they're starting to realize I'm telling the truth. And it's all the trials and tribulations that I've done that have allowed me to get to this point. To try to find other people that are intelligent and want to take Denver and honor the Speer Amendment to where we are all Denver. Democrats aren't going anywhere. They know a lot of people, but now we're just going to, because they were bullshitted. And now they're in so deep that they can't just turn around and say, oh, we're going to be not. No, what will happen as soon as they say that, artificial intelligence will put the person that's been fighting for that right on the front page. And it's already going there, folks. Look at this. This is Axios. There's Kelly. That's who the media, some media, but Denver Gov, they want her. And I believe that they're capable of manipulating the ballots based that everybody that's on the committee are all Democrats. Even the mayor is on it. And that's where you find the holes in their story that we are all Denver and that we are a fair elections. And that fair election funds that's getting ready to go bankrupt, that was just the Denver people that figured, hey, well, here's what we're going to do. Let's come up with the fair elections. We'll get the citizens that don't vote and would never give us money. Now they have to give us money. That's because enough people didn't come out and vote against it. And so now those people that voted against it, they're paying for it. When they should have just given money to me or one of the other candidates that they felt could have taken it. This is called clean slate time, folks. Like New York City, they had an opportunity to just start over. Even if they put a Republican, everything would have changed. All their algorithms, everything. Because it's not about Republican or Democrat. It's about safe streets. It's about being able to take our homeless and say, look, you can't afford to live here. So what we're going to do is and this is one of my ideas, we're going to take you and we're going to do a tax revenue split share so that we're going to pay to have you go move to another city so we don't suck them dry. And all the money that we have is going to go toward our citizens of Denver. Not the citizens in waiting that are living in the streets doing drugs. And people think, see, here's the problem. People think that people are doing the drugs are in the same mindset as them. So when they drive by and they look over at the tents and they see people smoking out of a bowl, that ain't marijuana, dumbasses. And I say this because someone's got to use the language to wake you up. Because you cannot say you weren't warned. You heard me, Mayor Hancock? Axios, City of Denver? Think about it. On January 1, I'm telling you, things are going to go all the way. We got 7 years of this. I own disinformationczar.us. It's real, folks. And there's people bidding on it right now. Same with all my other assets. But I promised a few people that I would take this. I did. I would take it to a level to where we can cleanse our souls in Denver, where we can all sing Kumbaya, where we won't talk racism anymore, we don't talk homelessness, we're going to clean up our streets. And I have one way of doing it, and it's going to be tough, but everybody's going to win, even the homeless, the ones that are truly homeless. I was homeless, folks. They tried to break my family up, so you're not getting this story by the corrupt Denver Health and Human Services, Denver Health, City Attorney's Office. Do you know why Kristen Bronson quit? There's a series of events on an email I sent them. And it's a perfect reflection of exactly what I'm saying. And all I had to do is wait for an invitation instead of me just writing them. And I got it on September 14. That was my entry point. See, if I keep just sending them emails like I have, they don't answer. And I have a lot of them. So I can tell you, Michael Hancock, you're a nice guy, but you're just a shuck and jive dude. And everybody saw it when we had that meeting, that secret meet and greet, where you said, "That's a good one, Giavanni." Remember that? "That's a good one, Giavanni." That's when I knew you were just a fucking puppet. Masquerading as a man that's fucking been manipulating. You're a decay mayor. There's a way out for you, Mayor. And I hope you scratch and sniff it. Hear me? Because you can't be that fucking stupid, man. Because what's coming in the digital world, all your people are so outdated. You know, and you would think, Mayor, your whole thing, all you had to do is say, "Hey, G, come to my office, man. Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out, man." You would have been leaving office earning that $294,000 pension that goes up whenever time anybody gets a raise. As a matter of fact, Hickenlooper makes the same amount of money. He's making a lot of money, folks. So, Webb, Pena, all the city council members, I remember all those trifling women, man. Fuck. They're all hiding, spending that money that they off the backs. That's how politicians are. Inequity. They're going to take all your money, make sure they get paid for the rest of their fucking lives. They never have to worry about money. Fuck them. Fuck you. Is that how you feel? That's not how I feel. Because I already know what's coming. I already know. And if Denver young people don't put their foot down and get somebody in there that knows what the fuck they're doing in the metaverse, Denver's going to be hit so hard it will be the lowest ranking city in the nation. How do I know? Because I am the indexer of it. And so Mayor Hancock and all you city council people, I already know who the dream team is. And it isn't fucking Penfield Tate. That guy's a worthless tool, man. He's just a candidate jumper. In his head, here's what artificial intelligence, based on some algorithms, in his head, he had X amount of votes when he ran for mayor. And so in his head, he thinks he's going to get that same amount of votes, if not more, beating out all the other city council at large. And there's already two winners, man. Right now, currently, there's two people that I see in my that would hold me accountable, and I'm going to hold them accountable. But based off growth, because and decay, it's time for expansion. It's time to walk away from the 60 years, the 20 years of Hancock. I mean, think about it, folks. This is indexing time now. Hickenlooper came into office on a brown scooter, taking showers with his clothes on, jumping out of a fucking plane, and his number one campaign promise was to eradicate homelessness, and it got worse. Because there's no money in eradication. Because if these people ain't building false hope and creating the need for rescue, and all these people just keep voting, goes back and it ain't happening no more. That's why Kelly Bro, she's just that pig with the red lips, man. And she's gone off by being able to smile, and now she's old. And the 18 and 28, 38-year-olds have nothing in common with her. I do, because I have children that age. 18 to 28. My son's in the Army right now. Special Forces. You know what his nickname is? Ghost. When he was 4 years old, he told me he was going to go and be an Army guy. And he was going to protect the nation. And then he says he's going to be president. And if you think I'm something, wait till you meet my son. He is the most awesome young man. I mean, all my kids are. Well, he's mini me. And he didn't ever get the racism. He got the breakup of the family. Denver is all about breaking up family, folks. They broke my family up. And I have proof of it. I can show you. Karen Hubler, Monica Jackson. Karen Hubler is the most biggest piece of crap sitting on the family court's intake. And the judges all know, but they don't take care of it. And that's why our fucking lives are all fucked up, because the judges that judge everything based off Democrat ideologies instead of actual law. And so I've indexed everybody. I did my job. I can walk away today and things are just going to happen because I built content for 12 fucking years to expose these people to do the right thing. And when judges realize that I can digitalize their whole entire court system, not only will they work less and create and get done with things more, but they're actually going to take responsibility in guiding a litigation toward the truth, not the smoke and mirrors that the prosecutor and defense attorneys back and forth with bullshit. Because everybody's voices are being indexed, folks. And when the judges realize that they can access the cloud, they have to learn it themselves. They can't have somebody do it for them. That's called a super administrator by Marcus Giavanni. Google search it. I love Denver, and Denver needs to love me, because there's some serious times coming for Denver, and they deserve it. All of them. And you're all going to be looking at all the candidates that all been indexed. Everything's pattern matched to what they've been doing all these years, and all the people they talk to, all the nonpartisan 501(c)(3)s being disguised when they're all Democrats. And you can just go to their social channel. This is what investigators are doing right now. And I show a lot of private investigators how to do object-oriented programming. And when you can reverse that and use voice latent prints, you can gather the conversations of what people are talking about based off videos, images, news. So that's it, folks. I'm sorry about the bad news, but the good news is you can all make it all go away and we start over. 100%. In the colleges, when we start teaching the new metaverse, everybody around the world is going to come here, because I'm not going to. I've had other offers, folks, to go to other places, and it's not in the United States, because they know They're like, Giovanni, you are fucking amazing. I don't want to be amazing. I just want to save Denver from itself, from the bad people who don't realize that this artificial intelligence is real. We have all kinds of apps coming into our city taking money. That's why we have an apps tax. So what we do is at our technology services, we can fire the 3 head department people. Replace them with the person next to them, their assistants that do all the work. And take that extra money, give them raise, the money that's left over. Because these people are making a ton of money, folks. And they don't even belong in the services that they do. And this is a perfect example of Axios coming in trying to manipulate. CBS Colorado coming in and manipulate. Kelly Bro coming in and manipulate. Denver 7 News coming in to manipulate in the 5280 Denver. See, I've already built this stuff based off how they talk, who they talk to, all their node connections, all their contacts. Oh, shit. And it all starts with the #1 handle, their email. So, U28 to 38, 18 to 38, and all points in between. You're going to be 60 years old someday if you make it. And right now, those war sounds, they're real. I remember when Vietnam happened, I was 7 years old. My dad was I wasn't 7. I was 7, but while we were talking about it, my dad was talking about war and what was going on, and I listened to that stuff. Even when I was told to leave the room, I'd be sitting somewhere listening. And that's what put me here. And I just hope that Denver has enough wisdom and Denver Democrats have enough belief in themselves that they have to let Denver go now and become a non-political government where everybody matters, where all of our money goes to United Way and other places. There are so many people with money that want to move here, folks, that don't want to go to crime, and they're just waiting. Denver goes and they talk about creating green, all this bullshit, man. Look, just drive down the road, look at those apartment complexes with 1,000 people, 500 people. And it took up a block of homes at, 12 homes on each side. That's 24 times 2 cars. And now they have 1,000 cars. And letting their dogs shit and piss on all the sidewalks outside. The people aren't picking up. That goes into our gutters and our sewage. So, when I did some farmer market with our Yeah Buddy chili, we got that on hold too. But I watched these people take their dogs to the dog parks. It's 92 degrees outside, folks. It got up to 100. Do you know what the temperature of the streets are? And you watch these people, the dogs try to find some shade. They're pausing. They're stupid. They're like, look, your dog's dancing. No, dumbasses. The street's like 145 degrees, man. Take your shoes off and walk on it. But they think dogs don't feel it. They're not crying. They're not complaining. They don't have that reasoning, dumbass. And then you watch the dogs sticking their nose up in people's crotches from behind because those people didn't take a shower. A lot of women. I watched it. I was like, fuck. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, my dog's sniffing you. I wanted to just go, hey, if you went and took a bath, that one dog wouldn't be up in your crotch. I mean, am I the only one that knows this? And then the dogs, and they got carrying the food. They got a dog going by and puts their face in and pulls stuff out of the bag. Anyways, and these are the people that put the signs in their yard, and signs 20's plenty, and they put it on speed limit signs at 35. These are the people that have yard signs that tell you that, we're on neighborhood watch. Huge signs, man. Neighborhood watch and all these different signs and slow down. And yet you see them coming out down the street and they're fucking speeding. Like, really, what are you, man? And I watch these people. I just go outside and watch them. Pshum, pshum. And it's just crazy. I walk the neighborhood. You see the people pulling out of their driveway and just peeling out. And I look and they got a 20's plenty sign in their yard. See, we're not allowed to drive 35 or 25. Only they are allowed to speed through the neighborhood. And you look at all the people that's speeding. We did a little look-see. It don't matter. What matters is that the citizens of Denver wake the fuck up. Because this isn't no kiddie game. This isn't no lie. This isn't, oh, it's only the internet. It's only Giavanni. You people are headed to the dark web, the entire city. And the city it's the capital of Colorado. It will take Colorado down. And you can hire all the lesbians and gay men and fucking rainbow people, the grays. I don't care what color, to try to manipulate it more. But it's all by design. Because our allies are watching those. You think, let's just be common sense here. We watched what happened since 2015. I can tell you it's all bullshit. We're living a simulated life right now, folks. We are in simulation. Nothing is real of what you think is. And it's only the 18 to 38-year-olds. They're going to save fucking Denver from itself. All the Democrat voters, they're going to go, you know what? I'm sick of this Republican Democrat bullshit on Denver. Let's honor Robert Speer, Mayor Robert W. Speer, who died in office with influenza. You guys really want to take your lies to the next level? And you IT people, you better start telling your fucking bosses what's up. And if you don't understand, call me. I'll teach you. That's what I do for a living, folks. And if you think I'm going to let some punk-ass Ben Marcus or some punk-ass troll bitch like Ian Tafoya or some fucking worn-out senator who's a teacher and I've done this, I've done that, what are you current with? They are current with nothing. I am not former anything, folks. I'm current at everything I do. Oh, I'm current, okay, former nightclub owner, but you don't see that. I don't use former. And those that use former, you just indexed yourself as somebody that's not current. See, I'm a current candidate for mayor. I have been for 4 elections, all learning my style, being able to build stuff so that I can show the citizens of Denver if I get an opportunity to speak. But that ain't going to happen. They're already having forums and events, and they're not inviting me. Fucking why would they? Because I'd be able to say things to them that their people would be like, fuck. So go in blind, folks. Don't look at the candidates. That's how artificial intelligence does it. It doesn't see color unless you describe it. That's object-oriented programming. And so then what happens is you get all these people that are screaming about racism and Jim Crow. I didn't even know what fucking Jim Crow was. I thought it was a band, a singer or some guitar player, folk. Because they didn't teach me that when I went to high school. 1979 is when I should have graduated. But I got into a fight with a bully. He bullied our school, 4,000 students. How many, hey Hancock, hey city council, how many students did you have during your high school time? And what did you see? What were you involved with? Was any of your friends killed, shot? See, Michael Hancock, he is the epitome of decay. He created the whole city and county of Denver to be in the world that he grew up in. Because he knew no other world. But now he knows that Denver is a non-political government where economy and services is our sole purpose, and that all appointments are made based off merit and ability, not color of my skin, who I'm fucking, or any of that other conversation, manipulation, bullshit. You heard me? Time to wake up, Denver. This ain't no game. I'm going to go back into the hole I came out of. And Denver's going to go to a different hole. And they got the chance that don't be angry. Don't be hateful. And that's what happens. They turn hate and they're angry. And that's what they're going to create for their metaverses. And that's what we need for them to come out of the closet. So that artificial intelligence can index every single fucking one of you. That's just so amazing. I don't even have a high school diploma. And all these people are putting up all their former, and yet none of them are current with any reasonable platforms that will take us to the next level. Like I own City and County of Denver.us, .com, .org, .net, .company. When I'm mayor, we're going to Denver.gov, Denver.gov. Because what's going to happen is these people that keep bullshitting, they're not going to get their grants. They're going to lose out on all their money. They're going to go, how come we're not getting our grants? Because you, and they're not going to tell them. They just don't, it just won't be money for them. And why they sit there and call everybody, hey Biden, I'm not getting our money. Joe don't know what the fuck's going on. Because they need that. I mean, folks, when you look at we're trillions. It's like having a it's like having a credit card, we're operating on borrowed money. The United States is, and so when you think about a company that they'd be bankrupt. We keep sending money to some. I mean, the writing's on the wall. And if we become a socialist country, then I'll just be one socialist mother, right? I mean, because I love my government, whoever we turn out to be. And that's why people don't vote. And they're going to end up wishing they did. Because those that are voting, their votes are counting. And they're keeping us all suppressed. And it ain't going to happen no more. And it's kind of weird. You look at Axios and that YouTube handle and look at, they don't even show up on the first because I haven't indexed them yet. They're right there a month ago. Action venereal. So that might, you see what I mean? They come up with words that don't mean fucking shit, and they think they're going to do it. My whole goal is all those people that are creating good platforms that are knowledge-based trust. This is what Wall Street's going to start investing, like CNN, and you got Como on this other news station, and that guy's like, his score is like 230. 230, folks, out of 1,000. His social credit score, he's fucked. And anybody connected to him is fucked. And what I mean by fucked, it's the general managers, general sales managers, and their bosses. It goes after their money. It will take your money behind the scene, and when you're not closing deals and people are going, it'll happen. It's happening slowly. And why these guys, how come we're not making the money? Because you lost the 18 to 38s. 10 years ago, they were 8, 28. They were 8, 18, and 28. This is Denver I'm talking about. The non-political, not non-partisan. That was a sleight of hand that they did to bullshit everybody, and it ain't gonna work anymore. And the judges now that are learning this, because I know you people think I don't know anybody. This is Hancock, and all their voices are being indexed, all their emails, all in the cloud. And with the right subpoena, you can go and get all that shit out. But see, why waste their time when you can just do what we do? And we teach people. That's what I do for a living, folks. I've been doing it for 12 years. And now you're going to start seeing other people who want to be part of that connection. It's all about quality, not quantity. Quantity was the 2000 and 2010 to 2019 bullshit. And then you have LinkedIn, and all. LinkedIn is the worst. Twitter was the worst, but now that it has Elon, we'll see what happens. But it's already been, you'd have to unplug and restart Twitter to do what Elon's trying to do, because there's too many things on the back end. There's too many openings that other people created so they could go in there and still fuck with it that Elon doesn't know, because he doesn't do that kind of work. But I'd be happy to show them. But they don't want that. They're all in their own control. Right now, it's all about Denver. And Denver coming out with a new slate, a new government, a new group of people, young and old. But they got to get rid of the guards, man. And they're going to get rid of themselves. Even if they win, they're going to be looking for Marcus Giovanni, man. They're going to go, Giovanni, man, you guys, what happened? You guys should have, I already sold everything. I told you. I wrote Hancock in his Hancock for Denver. That's when all this shit started happening, folks. It's all documented because Hancock's a dummy. he's a idiot IoT, and he just cause that's what they do, and it's showing right now. And so if Hancock wants to save his fucking career, he needs to pick up the phone and give me a call, because I'm telling you, Michael, you think that's a good one, Giovanni. You think that was something? Wait till you get a load of what's coming. Because I'm telling you, Mayor, you're going to get fucked by your own fucking words, pattern match to your actions. And then what happens is the people that can actually do what you all steal and try to claim for, there's a song called Liar by Yngwie Malmsteen. I think Mark Bowles was the vocalist. I had to learn that song because I was auditioning for Yngwie. Me and Yngwie had a race. He had a green TR7 that had a V8 in it, and I had my 77 Corvette. I raced a lot of famous people, folks, down Mulholland Drive. And we blocked streets off, just like they do now. We did it. I did it. I was a racing fool, man. I go fast. And that's what we're going to do as mayor. We're going to bring in all the sports. We're going to bring in all the music. We're going to be the new entertainment capital of the world. And all of our starving artists, our comedians, who aren't comedians anymore because they had to go get regular jobs and that no one was doing anything. But you know what? Mayor Hancock was still making his money, and all the city council, they were still making their big dollars. So they don't feel what the citizens feel because they get their bills paid. And they think that they can just shuck and jive, and Michael Hancock coming out saying the same shit. Oh, and the same media. God damn, this media. They're fucked. They are fucked, man. They don't even know it. But when Wall Street finds out that everything I'm saying is true and nobody else is saying it, and the investors are going to pull their money because their money's in their pockets right now. They need to put the money back in their pockets and get realigned with their new investments toward the metaverse and companies and people that know how to tell the difference between a true metaverse rather than the metaverse that Facebook came out and claimed that Facebook changed its name. Well, if it changed its name, why is it still open? See, these are the things that don't make sense in the world of artificial intelligence. And somebody had to call it out. And a lot of people call it out, actually. But they don't have the wherewithal like I can do. See, I don't need CBS. I don't need NBC. I don't need Axios. I don't need Denverite. In fact, they need me more than I need them because they're all directed to go to the dark web. And for me, to save all the children that have been fucked over by Karen Hubler, every one of her cases are compromised. And you got lawyers like Block and Chapeau, Joe Blockhead. That fucking dude, man. What a worth. And his little team of bullshit lawyers pretending to be father rights attorneys, and they're the biggest scum fuckers I ever met in my life. And when I seen CNN in the office, I knew right there where I was. When I saw CNN News, and I just remember him having his hands in his pockets, jingling his shit and rocking back and forth. I just, as he's asking me certain things, you know, I just like, what's his name? Mike Sawaya, the flute playing troll. He had my case. I had to fire him. He sent money to the wrong people, and I never got that money back. And when I went to go talk to him, they said, if you come here, we're going to call the police on you. See, that's what they do. That's what cowards do. So wherever Mike Sawaya is playing his flute, you're a fucking piece of shit. I had you. I got the documents. And I know who you sent $1,000 to. And I didn't get it. And then who do I call? Ghostbusters? No, man, they all getting their shit. See, that's how you know there's a God. Mike Sawaya is going to be judged one day, like we all are. That's how you know there's a God. Even if you don't believe in God, there's a God. See, Mark Zuckerberg didn't believe in God. He never prayed for anything, and he built what he did. It had nothing to do with God. It was just his determination to do something, and he did it. For a young man, man, Mark Zuckerberg's a badass dude, I'm not going to lie. But misguided. See, if he would have kept his ranking of what he said as what we know to be true, Facebook changing their name, they would have done a redirect. So you would have either went right to the website, or you would have got a 404 redirect back to you. You know what I mean, right? I'm not going to tell you everything because you got to go learn these things. This is the metaverse. And the beautiful thing of all, I'm going to Garbo S. After this is all over. I did my job. The people that died of COVID, the Democrats, you know who put me to run for mayor? Democrats. True Democrats that like these young cats I talk to, they just want to, hey man, come over, smoke a bowl, let's listen to music. I don't want to talk about nothing, man. I just want to clean up our streets. I want our sidewalks to look good. I want our streets to be fine. I'm sick of the fucking yard signs. And, because that's what these people think. Oh, they won't obey the government signs on our streets. But we'll put a yard sign there, and they'll definitely do what we tell them. God, fuck. Welcome to Denver.